welcome to my first video. I'm sorry. I don't have my shit all the way together. As you guys can see, it's slightly dark in here. I don't have good lighting yet, but I hope within a couple of months of my channel popping, I'll be able to afford better lighting. Either that or be smarter and start recording during the day. But anyway, yeah, so like I said, this is my first official video for my revamped channel, and I really wasn't sure what I was gonna talk about. So I figured what better way to kick off the channel or my vlog. Excuse me, I'm a gassy bitch too. Sorry guys. Sorry if you have kids around. What better way to kick off my revamped channel than to kind of stay in the present and talk about some of the things that I've been going through. So yeah, if you're nosy like me or you're just looking for some intel, like, keep watching. Alright, so this is my third time trying to record this. I'm gonna try not to be awkward, weird, or there it goes again. Okay. So the purpose of this video is really to just talk about some of the things that I've been going through. I know that there are some people that don't really care. If you don't, please click off because it's not for you. I feel like some of the things that I've been going through are very important to a lot of people because it's hashtag Black Love, or lack thereof. So yes, just that was a drop key. This video is more or less pertaining to some of the experiences that I've been going through in my marriage in the last 3 to 4 months. Yeah, so I don't know how to get into it, so I guess I'll just get into it. Let me tell you about this fuck shit. So, me and my husband were looking for a house. We were actively searching, working towards the process for about 2 years, I want to say, prior to us owning this house that you guys see now that I'm in. Yes. We were living above his mother for, get a little closer, because my friend's loud. We were living above his mother for about 13 plus years. Excuse me. So as you can imagine, that kind of gets daunting living with your in-laws, especially above. So we had both made the conscious decision that we were going to work hard, save up, start clearing up our credit and all that good stuff. So that way we were able to afford the house that we wanted, or at least a good starter home for us to move into. Last year was pretty rough because I was still working in EMS and I was working full time for an EMS agency, which was what I wanted, but at the same time, I was seeing a lot of things that were, I guess, not normal. I say normal like that because, like, I've been in EMS, so now I feel like, in the hospital too. So I feel like I've adapted and adjusted to a lot of these things, but for someone that's, just coming into it, and has been pretty much sheltered, because for me, I spent the majority of our 14 years as a housewife. Not really having to work, but just doing so for my own peace of mind. So when I decided to go into EMS, the only interaction that I had really had was with my kids and my husband. So going into it, it's like almost like a culture shock. You know, you're around a lot of different other diversity of people, and you're experiencing, different sorts of racism firsthand, um, different mental and spiritual traumas, such as death, working on trying to save a life and really just putting your whole soul into it, with the expectation that the person's going to come back, and then they don't come back. And, you're kind of stuck with this death on your hands. Even though you didn't cause it, you kind of feel responsible for it because you couldn't bring them back. So these are the kind of things that I was experiencing and going through, and that's just like the light side of it. When my husband decided to step out and, cheat on me. Infidelity. Um, yeah. So I stopped working for the agency July, because I had fell into like a really deep depression, and it was so bad I had started looking for another job, which around that time the other job contacted me and invited me in for an interview in August of this past year. So, naturally I was really excited, but I was still kind of stuck with this job because I had, decided to do things the right way and put in my 2 weeks notice. I had no idea that anything was going on behind my back. Didn't think that, there was. Like, why would he? Especially when he saw that I was in the condition that I was in, just so deeply depressed and, not really able to connect, on a communication level with my own husband. Not because I didn't want to, because he had kind of disconnected himself from me. So, that was kind of like a tough time. Um, so, fast forward, I ended up finding this house. It was like I guess some people would call it like a miracle, I guess. The way that we ended up finding the house, I will get into that in another video because this is not the one for it. Um, but I ended up finding the house. We looked at it. We both agreed on it. We loved it. And this came after probably like 3 or 4 houses that we had looked at. Probably a little bit more, actually. Um, and we ended up closing on this house November 1st of 2019. And I was super excited, could not wait to get into this house and really just start, remake our life, I guess. Um, November 9th, we moved in, and November 15th or 17th, I was on Facebook, um, and it just so happened that I checked my other inbox. Because we have two. When you go on your computer, you see, the non-filtered messages. So those are messages from your friends or anyone that you have ever messaged before. And then you have your others. So that's like spam and basically filtered messages. So I get a message from some fake Facebook page, basically letting me know that my husband had cheated on me with her 2 weeks prior, and that he had gave her chlamydia. And my first initial emotion, my first reaction was like anger. I was definitely pissed off. I screenshotted it, I sent it to him, and you know, then I went to go get checked and screened and everything like that. Um, and I was really hurt. I was really hurt and I was confused because when we got married and we took our vows, I took them very seriously. I felt as if I felt as if we were only supposed to be for each other. And, prior to that, I hadn't, I mean, I've thought about it, but I've never acted on, any acts of infidelity or entertained anybody else, for this to have happened, um, is just completely devastating. It felt like my whole world was flipped upside down because here I was, doing what I was supposed to be doing, turning down, advances from other men, not entertaining anyone else, working 65 hours a week, making sure that, I helped with bills, and then I would still come home and, even though it was, sorry guys, it wasn't like mostly on my days off. So like if I got 1 or 2 days off, I was still cooking, and even on the days that I worked, I'd cook before I went to work. Make sure that the kids were fed and everybody was good and his dinner was in the microwave if he was working. And it's just like how can you be so good as a wife and do everything you're supposed to do as a wife and still get played like this? Um, and it really did fuck with me. Like, I found myself like calling out for work. Like, I'd rather be in the bed, laying down or sleep. Like, I attempted to take my own life because I just couldn't understand why. Like what was it about me that would make someone want to hurt me so bad? So we went through whatever it was that we went through. Um, and I had made like a conscious decision that I was going to stay and make my marriage work. And it's so funny when you think about it from a woman's standpoint, how we always feel obligated to be the ones to fix something that we did not break. It's fucking ironic. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You know. But that's just the decision that I had made because, ultimately what it boils down to is I did not want to become a statistic. I didn't want my kids to become statistics. My kids have friends that, are raised in single parent families or households, not judging anybody because I too am a product of a single parent household. And I feel like that plays a lot into, the decisions I make as far as relationships, men, how my reaction is, how good it feels to receive attention, even if it's not the best attention, even if it's not long term. These are things that I've, you know, been able to speculate on lately. But yeah, I made that decision to stay and make it work. And then a couple of months later, more stuff started coming out. A friend that I had went strayed from um, reached out to me and, told me that the reason why she basically went astray was because he was messaging her and propositioning her. And then the same woman created another Facebook page and sent me all the screenshots of their conversations together, the ones that he said that never happened because they never text each other. Yeah, I am pouring my soul right now, and I'm sorry. But I said I needed an outlet, so this is it. So, after all of this stuff started coming out, I, made another conscious decision that I was better than what was being given to me, that I didn't deserve what was being handed to me, um, that there are countless amount of men out there that would appreciate me for me and not do that sort of thing to me, not take me for granted, really appreciate all that I have to offer. And I'm not just talking about, on a sexual level, you know, I have so much to offer. And I think that's what really hurts the most is that I was taken so deeply for granted. And, even after taking my ring off and going and exploring, not too much because, I don't pride myself on trying to get my body count up. That's just me, you know. But after that, I got so disappointed in the selection of men that there are out there. Like, the selection is just fucked up. And I can say that, but I also know that I attract what I reflect. So, whatever it is that is broken inside of me, that's going to rematerialize by way of relationships, interactions. I get that. I understand that now. That is one thing that I have learned, and I did put my ring back on and I did decide that I was going to try to work it out, but, there's just that part of me that just knows that if somebody would go to that degree to try to break and hurt the person that they say they love the most, it just leaves a question mark. It leaves a question mark. Makes you wonder, you know, if I stick around, are you going to make me look stupid again? You know what I mean? Are you going to step out on me again, put me at risk like that again? Next time it could be a baby. Next time it could be a worse disease that I can't get rid of. You know, do I want that? Am I willing to put myself through that? I don't know. I don't know. Because the fear of being a statistic of being alone more so scares me more. And it shouldn't, but it does. It frightens the hell out of me. Because I've never been alone, not for a long period of time. I've never been forced to face myself. That's what's scary. That scares me the most. But, yeah. It's my first video. I welcome all comments. If you say anything crazy, I will ignore you. I will definitely ignore you. Or at least I'll try to. If you have any insight or advice, it's more than welcome. If not, that's cool too. Maybe this video is coming at the right time for someone who needs it for introspection, for reflection. I don't know. But I know I wanted to do this because I needed an outlet. My outlets are unhealthy. I need to put my password in first and foremost. I started drinking so heavily to hide from myself. And that didn't do anything but hurt me more. And chain smoking hurts like the dickens. And crying only satisfies temporarily. And I tried to off myself and I still end up back here. So it's like, what the fuck? It's gotta be a bigger purpose for me. And I know that I'm focused on such a small fraction of a very small. And one day I'll be able to say that to you guys with more conviction. Right now I'm just shocked that I'm even recording this video. So yeah, but one day I will be able to say it with conviction because I know it. I just don't feel it yet. But I know that my purpose, my worth is so much more than just a hashtag at Black Love. You know what I mean? Because what the fuck is a Black Love, really? You know what I mean? Get into relationship after relationship, suffer trauma after trauma, and you redo, recycle, re-rinse, repeat the same shit. You know? And each time you lose a little bit more of yourself. And you forget to know yourself. Now ain't that some shit? But it's Kim with a Y, not an I, M. And thank you guys for watching my first video. I'm sorry I'm so nostalgic. I'm trying. I'm trying. I really am. But yeah, I hope you guys got something from this video. If you do or did and you like it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And hopefully next video I'll be back to my same old bubbly self with more light, because this is ratchet. I'm sorry guys, this is horrible. All right, later.